It has started to be a very, very busy week for His Excellency the President Mohammed Irfan Ali, and the delegation that is here for the 76th opening of the UN General Assembly High-Level Week. Already His Excellency has had 12 engagements, and we are expecting to have close to 30 engagements over this week. His Excellency started by by visiting the 9/11 Memorial, participating in that service which paid tribute to those who have lost their lives, and also to indicate that there is no place for terrorism in this world. He also participated in the SDG moment, and all of these are available on social media and other websites. But the UN is a time to discuss global issues, but also those global issues that affect our countries locally. But it's also a time when the President takes time to meet with Guyanese here in the diaspora. And he has started that already by meeting with pastors. More than 15 pastors participated in a meeting with His Excellency. And he's also had bilateral meetings with the OIC Secretary General, the President of the Inter-American Development Bank, and also the Secretary General of the Organization of American States. There's several other engagements upcoming that His Excellency will be participating in. I should say that this is His Excellency's first in-person meeting at the UN. And on Thursday, we will be listening to his address, his maiden in-person address to the UN. And I would not divulge what that address would include, but certainly many issues that are affecting Guyana, but also what we are doing in Guyana to play our part in this global village. And so we're very excited to have the Guyana delegation. I'm very excited as the permanent representative of Guyana to be representing Guyana here at this particular time in our country's juncture. And there are lots of interest from many groups, many companies, and so we're trying to fit as much as we can in this week here at the UN. Thank you.
Well, as a permanent representative at the UN, Ambassador Carlin Rodriguez would have mentioned, the last 2 days were very hectic days. What is evident is that the profile of Guyana has risen tremendously. There is a great interest from private entities, major CEOs, and other countries in what is happening in Guyana. More is expected of us globally on issues of climate change, energy security, renewable energy. These are all issues that the world is looking for us to provide leadership. Also, we are speaking on matters of democracy, the rule of law. So the last 2 days, as Ambassador Carlin would have said, would have seen many engagements aimed at, one, addressing our developmental priorities, two, addressing opportunities for investors in Guyana, three, building bilateral relationship with different countries, four, opening up new avenues and areas for the development of our human resource capacity, five, unlocking areas for financing, new areas for financing, and also having bilaterals on existing portfolios, for example, with the Inter-American Development Bank. As the ambassador said, on Monday, I had the opportunity to join a number of heads of state at the 9/11 Memorial Site. And we had the opportunity there to reaffirm Guyana's commitment to a world that is free from terrorism, a world in which we aspire for peace, and a world in which we would not tolerate intolerance of each other. So it was very important for Guyana to be part of that message, especially given the fact that we are a diverse community. We are a land of many different ethnicity, and we present an opportunity of building a model for the rest of the world. The day continued on Monday with a meeting with the OIC, that's the Secretary General of the OIC, the Organization of Islamic Conference. We had a great opportunity to look at areas in which we can further collaborate, to see where opportunities are in terms of meeting our medium and long-term development goals and objectives, reviewing our Islamic Development Bank portfolio, and looking at other opportunities in building our relationship with other countries within the OIC. So the meeting with the OIC allowed us to once again push Guyana's agenda, what our priorities are, what our development needs are in the context of our long-term development program. The OIC was very responsive, and they are going to work on an aggressive front, not only with the Islamic Development Bank, but by looking at other opportunities within member states of the OIC where Guyana can collaborate. We also had the opportunity to engage with Prime Minister Motley to coordinate strategies and coordinate efforts, especially in the areas of climate change, climate vulnerability, and also climate financing. These are important areas for CARICOM, and we had a very good opportunity to collaborate on what our common theme would be in relation to small island states and low-lying countries. Today, I was very pleased, in addition to being at the opening of the general debate, to have the opportunity to have a bilateral with the President of Ghana. There we discussed many issues. As you know, they have experience in the oil and gas sector. So we spoke about training of Guyanese. We spoke about technology transfer. We spoke about best practices. And we spoke about sharing of experiences. The President and I have decided that in early October, a high-level delegation from Guyana would visit Ghana in order to consolidate areas in which we will collaborate and areas in which we will jointly work on ensuring that we have the right, not only the right skills, but an understanding of the phases they went through in the development of the oil and gas sector. We talked about human resource transformation, we talked about building capacity, we talked about local content, the Petroleum Commission, and all of these are things that will be further elaborated and discussed by a team early in October. The President of Kosovo and I met also. At that bilateral, we had a great opportunity to reinforce our commitment to Kosovo in ensuring that issues of democracy, the freedom of people, the respect for their sovereignty, we assure them of our support. Of course, the President would have also opened up discussion on other areas for bilateral cooperation. The permanent representative, Ambassador Carlin, will be following up on those discussions, those areas for further bilateral cooperation. And of course, they reassured us too of their support in relation to the Guyana-Venezuela controversy that is before the ICJ. So I was pleased also to have a bilateral meeting with the President of the International Development Bank. That meeting was a great meeting. We examined the existing portfolio. We spoke about priorities moving forward, and the bank playing a proactive role in reducing bureaucracy and ensuring that we provide impetus for the various developmental projects that we are engaged in. It was a very positive meeting, a very positive outcome, and the bank is fully committed to Guyana. Another bilateral today, and the day is far from over, was with the Austrian president. As you know, the Austrian government agency would have approached us in the construction of children and maternity and children hospital. So we had discussions surrounding that. Discussions also evolved around the Austrian private sector being part of the development agenda of Guyana and partnering with the Guyana private sector in opportunities that exist here in Guyana. They also would have reached out to us, and we would have reached out to them in relation to development financing, and they also are going to reach out to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to formalize and finalize how we're going to approach future projects and approach the building of a relationship between Austria and Guyana. What is important to note is that historically we had no engagement in terms of projects and development work, but now that opportunity in that area is open up. So it's not only open up from a public sector level, but also open up to give the private sector opportunity to access development financing and private sector opportunities and collaboration with Austria. We also met with the OS Secretary General. That was a great meeting in which we reaffirmed our commitment to democracy, our commitment to good governance, our commitment to electoral reform, and of course the OS Secretary General offered again their support in all these areas to strengthen governance, strengthen democracy, strengthen the rule of law, and to work with us even in areas of skill development for Guyanese in the emerging new economy of the country. So, as I said, the profile of Guyana is enhanced. There's a lot of interest. The private sector, as major CEOs, are wanting to have discussions with Guyana, looking at opportunities for Guyana. So I'm just excited to be part of this, to be the president of Guyana at a time when our profile is so impressive and there's so much of energy coming after Guyana. So as Ambassador said, we have a number of days remaining this week and a packed agenda, but I will definitely be keeping the people of Guyana updated on what we're doing. It's important to note also that that I have already started, as I would have promised, that I am committed to engagement with the diaspora. We have set aside an entire day for engagement with the diaspora, but we have already met with a number of pastors in New York of Guyanese heritage, and we're going to meet all the religious groups and different stakeholders, because part of our agenda is the involvement of the diaspora, and that is key for the development of our country and the forward movement and integration of our people. And part of the contact with the diaspora and involvement of the diaspora is building that one Guyana that we want to create. So, of course, the priority right now is to ensure that Guyana's profile continues to be enhanced, and importantly, our development agenda is supported by the global community, and that our issues and our position on varying international issues global issues, our position are made clear. We are going to, we're going to, we're already leading discussions in the area of climate change and energy mix to have a balanced way of moving forward. We are looking at the whole issue of COVID-19, the vulnerability index. So we see this UN meeting as one that will feed into COP 26 also. So I want to assure the many Guyanese who would have reached out on social media that yes, we're taking all the precautions and we're staying safe. And I want you also stay safe. I want to ask you again, please get vaccinated. All the world leaders that I'm engaging with, they're all, some of them don't have access to vaccines. Those who would have had access to vaccines are speaking glowingly about the impact vaccines would have made on helping them to open up the country and helping them to get ahead of this pandemic. So please, my Guyanese brothers and sisters back home, as we continue to stay safe here, we want you to stay safe. Please get vaccinated. We have to ride through the spirit together. We have to be stronger together, and we have to ensure we support those who would have tested positive, and the healthcare system is responding to it. We don't want the situation to become explosive, so please, you can help us by taking the vaccine. Stay safe, and God bless you.